All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with the New York Jets. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, look at the juke. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Philip Dorsett, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Pats have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it. Get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on 1st down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought.
There he goes left side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Tom Brady with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes, and the Patriots add 6 to their lead. Gostkowski with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And New York set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Dante Hightower on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Goal 50. Sugar.
So after the INT, it's Brady. Goes underneath here to White. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Wait, set. Wait, 20. Go. Wait. Orange.
Now Brady throwing on second down. And this one is incomplete. Julian Edelman, the intended receiver, and now it's third down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Trying for Edelman again. This time he's got it. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So now they assess a 3rd and long, and that holding call might have knocked him out of field goal range, at least for the moment. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Two sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Keep bringing it. Stay in there. Hey, ready? Blue ready. Here we go.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. Devin McCourty brings him down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Ready. Blue ready.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around him.
And his first carry, he loses the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there's no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. He got 29 yards that time. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Play action now, Winston. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. He's dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Now Winston. And Winston lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Left side, it's Dorsett. Room here to run. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A gain of 39 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. Looking back to the air on second down, it's Brady. Over the middle, Julian Edelman, it's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Brady's throw on third down there is incomplete. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. They get to the football. It's blocked.
I'll bet you as they ran out there for that play, the head coach either on his headset or he pulled him aside and told the special teams coordinator, whatever block you've got, pull it out of the bag right now. We need a spark.
When you could just feel it on their sideline, the air just kind of out of the balloon. Now maybe you're right, a spark, a little bit of hope.
That's when the special teams coordinator who works on this ad nauseum, I'm talking about morning, noon, and night, he tried to figure out, okay, where's my best opportunity? Which one do I have? And he pulled the right one and got his team going and hopefully back into the game.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, Winston. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
On third down, Winston. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Patriots in possession to begin quarter number 2 as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he gets this all the way inside the Jets' 20 into the red zone. A big play there for New England. 43 yards on the ground. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Into the red zone, it's Brady. The Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Leonard Williams. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Brady going to throw. This one left side caught by Barrios. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Wait, 20! Check it! Move! Wait, 20! Wide, 80! Wide! Present this!
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. Left side complete, Safarian Jenkins. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Gostkowski now for the Pats field goal try. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Buying time to his left. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Flush to his right. Finds his target, Montgomery. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Patriots have it. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Wait, 20!
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Brady. Dorsett making the catch. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. And I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A gain of 6 there on first.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
On 3rd down, it's White, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And Gostkowski's kick is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. That drive took him inside to 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Lawrence Guy in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Foxborough after this. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Out of his end zone, Winston. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll throw again from their own end zone. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14.
Ready? Flag 22.
Working out of the gun, Winston steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now the Patriots offense, they worked their way back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass.
Alpha. Stop.
Brady will try again on second down. And he'll complete this one to Berrios. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. On fourth down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Now it's Crowder. "21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Jets will take over first and 10. And New York set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now a play fake here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Second down, Winston. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Flushed out right. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Okay.
Winston now to throw on first down. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Final play of the half here, Winston. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And, Jameis intercepted a third time. Devin McCourty picks it off. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or a man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Jameis now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
The second down throw for Winston. On the catch, it's Crowder. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Give him 30 yards there. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Dante Hightower able to drop him for a loss of a couple. Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12. Jameis to throw it. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Winston from the gun on third down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a fourth down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be fourth and short.
And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. As his guys are in for 6. And the Patriots add on to their lead.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. New York set to take the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
He's been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Winston. Herndon's got it complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
I don't know whether I want to be a fly on the wall or not when they hear the explanation of how one of the bigger targets on the field, the tight end, can be that wide open and uncovered downfield. Who blew that assignment?
Somebody did.
No doubt about it. There's no way you're not going to account for him.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Flush to his right. Able to power through. And he comes back with one complete. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Let's go.
Winston now from the 50. Throw left side complete. It's Bell. And he gets this deep into Patriot territory. That one goes for 36 yards.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Let's keep bringing it. Stay in there.
They run to the rookie from Virginia State, Trenton Cannon, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. It's been a problem, just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Winston. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And a great return. Solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at the 45. Throwing on first down is Brady. Got a man. It's Berrios complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 2nd down, here's Brady. Looks for White, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Here's Chandler Catanzaro for the extra point. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And that will shave 1 more off this lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Play set. Play 20.
Back now in Foxborough. We get set for the fourth quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also have the football.
Let's go. Let's go. Alabama. 380. Ready. Stop.
Now Brady throwing on 2nd down. Left side complete. Safarian Jenkins. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now Brady again. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. C.J. Mosley. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Tough spot for the Pats now after the sack as Brady will lead him up 3rd and long.
Play 20. Play 20. Let's go.
Now a play fake. Brady. Guys, man, complete over the middle. That's Gordon. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very solid gain of 27. Brady rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's 1st down. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and minicamps for these situations, these scenarios, to run.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Following the interception, Winston eluding the pressure right. Crowder's got it over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They're giving those short little routes, tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes, but now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
Now Winston. Anunwa's got it, complete. Slips past him.
Where'd he go?
And gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A 1st down throw for Winston. Flushed out right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Ben Heaney able to run him down for a loss of a yard. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Winston. Now he's flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, was magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Ty Montgomery, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jets are able to make this a close game again. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Now the punter, who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there. 81 yards. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Gostkowski now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And New York set to take the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
He's going to let it fly. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. First down, Winston. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it, no one got it. On 2nd down, Winston again. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. Trying to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Flush to his right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off around the 37. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, Alabama.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside.
Wait, 20.
Brady going to throw here. Caught. Safarian Jenkins, right side. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively. And it'll be 4th down. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Jones on the return. A field flipper there, a 47-yard punt coupled with a loss on the return. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Now Jameis on 2nd down. Goes underneath for Bell. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield and nearly intercepted. That would have been a hat trick, his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. The Jets on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. One last shot now for Winston. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they could look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where they